5 times Dana White lied to us. Since joining the UFC in 2001, there is no doubt that Dana White has been its glorious leader and president. He has done a lot for the sport over a period of time. Along the way, he's helped transform MMA from an unlawful sport in half of the country to one of the most mainstream sports on the globe, with ESPN Range. Hello and welcome everyone to your favorite YouTube channel. In today's video, we will look at the lies that Dana White has told us. It has been done several times, but in this video, we have covered the top 5 times Dana White lied to us. We'll watch the video completely to the end and share it with other UFC maniacs. Here, let's go with number 5. UFC Fight Island. When the COVID-19 outbreak began in 2020, Dana White and the UFC began looking for new locations to conduct bouts. White immediately joked that the UFC will most likely acquire an island and hold bouts there. Instead, they finally chose to have the fights in Abu Dhabi, which, according to White, was quite expensive, and also he employed a lot of marketing materials implying that the fights would take place in a cage on the beach. However, that too did not occur. They built a facility for fights, but had an octagon outside for a particular reason. Furthermore, Ari Emanuel disclosed that the UFC did not pay for Fight Island at all, but Abu Dhabi paid them a lot to hold bouts over there. Moving on to the next at number 4, Ben Askren doesn't want to fight in the UFC. Dana White's effort to defame Ben Askren in 2013 was a simple lie to disprove. Well, Funky was one of the hottest free agents on the globe after leaving Bellator. He expressly demanded that his release goes to the UFC. Whether it was his fighting style or his trash talk towards Dana, the UFC president instantly declared that Ben Askren would not be competing in the UFC because he did not wish to fight there. White had made that decision based on the fact that they had failed to even offer him a contract, which he blamed on Askren. Hence, here also, White lies about Askren and tries to defame him with his poor words. Let's move towards the number 3. Jon Jones wants $30 million. Jon Jones and Dana White, one of the most recent additions to this list, have been arguing about the former's paycheck. Bones has stated that he'd prefer to be compensated more than he is now, especially if he moves up to heavyweight for a super fight, as has been proposed. However, White dismissed Jones's heavyweight match, claiming that his figure was too big. White said that the former UFC light heavyweight champion demanded $30 million to face Francis Ngannou, which Jones and his team contradicted shortly. Well, this ain't the first time that Dana White compromised someone's image with his ugly lies to save himself and the goodwill of the company in the market. Okay, now we have at number 2, Reebok deal good for fighters. When the UFC hired Reebok as their fighter outfitter in 2015, it appeared like the writing was already on the wall concerning the fighters' compensation going forward. While the boxers' sponsors were a big deal that would be gone, Dana White stated that the Reebok contract would be fantastic for fighters and pay them more in the long run. Well, unfortunately, that did not happen. Despite White's assumption that the entire $70 million from the agreement would go to fighters, but only about $40 million did go to the fighters. Here comes the number 1, Mayweather vs. McGregor. There are a few things that Dana White despises more than cross-promotion, so it wasn't really shocking when he began to brush aside a promising Floyd Mayweather vs. Conor McGregor boxing showdown in 2016. White even joked that the fight has as much of a chance of happening as him backing up Tom Brady. However, White had once more been off. The confrontation occurred a few months after White's remark about playing for the New England Patriots. With this, I'm winding up this video. I hope you have recalled all the lies that Dana White has told us over the last 20 years of his career. Make sure that you like the video and share your views with us in the comment section. Press the subscribe button to get regular videos from us, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to get future updates. Thanks for watching, we'll see you in the next one.